how to excel at whatever thing that you do. 2 seconds and we jump into my thoughts of this week. Hello everyone, my name is Maria Rubert, lawyer and arbitrator with a base in Dubai in the UAE for the past 15 years. I'm happy to be talking with all of you today about some thoughts I had over the course of last week. To make a very long story short, I was faced with some difficulties when traveling, and I was forced to do things that I usually don't do. Yes, so that got me thinking. At the end of the day, I made the numbers of the hours I had invested into this other activity, not in front of a computer and very physical. And I said, okay, this is how much it would have cost me if I would have been able to find someone available to do the work, which I didn't. So I had to do it. And then I also got into thinking about how important when you are a professional with an active lifestyle, it is to pay others to do what you can pay for. But then this is what got me thinking how important it is to be able to deliver beyond what money can pay. Yes? And what do I mean by this? Then I started thinking about the legal profession and also all of you that watch my channel, thinking that I thought it was an interesting thought because I think it sets the difference between normal professionals and professionals that excel. How can you excel? And even students, even if what you do is physical, whatever profession that you do, how can you excel? And you excel by giving value. And how do you give value? By giving things that money cannot buy. For example, you come to a lawyer, you go to a lawyer, and you instruct them, you instruct us to do a job, a scope, we call them a scope of work, usually at a fee. Yes? But then what is beyond? How can this be done in a way that excels for clients to be satisfied and be very happy and saying, hey, I'm receiving more than I'm paying. That, in my opinion, should be the goal of every professional, be a doctor, be an engineer, be it an architect, being a lawyer, of course, yes? So I made a short list of things that I believe that can be done in our profession, but as we go through it, you will see that can be used for many other things. Yes, and I'll try to give you examples. So first thing, expertise. You can be a lawyer that finish your degree and just move along, or you can be a lawyer who are constantly updating yourself. Yes, constantly updating yourself. Also, you can be a lawyer who do not go beyond the basics, or you can be a lawyer that try to come up with a strategy, and you share this strategy, and your clients can see that you are in the right direction, that there is possibility to succeed with that strategy. Sharing that strategy, having a strategy. I've come across many professionals that have no strategy at all. They went A, B, C, okay, then next hearing, okay. So what if that goes wrong? What if this? Have a strategy. Have your clients know that you have evaluated the potentials of that road that you are in. Yes, then be proactive. I usually, when I train lawyers, junior lawyers in our firm, I always tell them, listen, write emails, write updates as if you were writing that email and that update for your 5-year-old cousin or to your 5-year-old son. If a 5-year-old cannot understand you, that's not the level of transparency and communication and proactiveness that we want to have as a firm. Yes, of course, everything is in constant improvement, and if you're satisfied with your work, something is wrong. Yes, so proactive. If you send an email, and I don't care what profession you are in, you don't have to be a lawyer. If you send an email and immediately after you send the email, your client, your customer comes back to you with, and what about this? You have not looked ahead enough, and you have not been proactive enough. So be proactive, because this, when I engage professionals and I see that they look ahead, it makes me feel in good hands. Yes? So it makes me feel that the money I'm using is well used. Yes, so proactive. Then there are 3 items in client-centered advice and service. Personalized service. Not every single client is the same. And this is difficult for me. I have my weaknesses as well, believe me. And I don't like WhatsApp. I don't like audios. And I continue thinking, client center. If they want WhatsApp, if they want audios, make an extra effort. But for me, it's very difficult. I'm very writing and paper and email center. So for me, it's very difficult. I try to cope, and I constantly think about how I could manage this in a better way. But it's there. We are in constant improvement. Accessibility. Clients should be able to reach out to you easily. Yes, and ideally you reply fast, because that will make them feel they are important and that you are on top of things. Yes, so accessibility, also transparency, I have already commented, ensuring that when we write emails to clients using legal jargon, etc., they don't understand. Yes, so remember the 5-year-old, if you're a junior lawyer or a lawyer, a law graduate, a law student, keep this in mind. 5-year-old. Then efficiency and cost effectiveness. Yeah, let's make sure in arbitration this is very easy to do, because there are tools to make it efficient and reduce the costs of your clients. In litigation could be as well. So ensure that you mitigate processes and costs as much as you can. Yes. Then also in the cost and efficiency box, I've plugged in offering alternative fees structures. This is something, not all clients are the same. Some clients will prefer to pay more upfront, but a smaller lump sum, let's say. Some others will need some financing and will appreciate that as well. So be flexible. Be flexible. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, doctors is a bit different with all the insurances, etc. But architects, any profession you are in. Then also, I hate it when I say no to someone. Just no. I cannot help you. Sorry. That's it. So what I try to do is, if I say no, I cannot help you, at least I'm able to point in the right direction. Yes. So these some law firms will offer comprehensive services. Yes, some others, if you are small, if you're a solo practitioner, this is very difficult for you. But I think when someone trusts you and asks you for advice, even if you cannot help them, I think the minimum we can do as professionals is to say, listen, I know someone who can help. So you have a good network of people you can refer people to. And sometimes if you don't know, you say, listen, I don't know, but I can ask around. Yes, so at least you show you care, you show you put some time to help them out. Yes, so collaborations, or you don't leave potential customers with no, sorry, find your way. Sometimes, and I've said it, sorry, I'm on vacation, I don't know who can help you. If you have the time, I'll get back to you maybe in 2 weeks or 10 days or whenever it is. Yes, but I'm also being transparent in terms of what I can do, what I cannot do, and the timing that I will be able to help. Also connect clients. Some clients will, but especially if you are if they are out of their comfort zone and they are starting from scratch, sometimes they can make valuable introductions and valuable ways. Even sometimes it's not about business, it's about experiences. How did you do this? How did you do that? We occasionally, I have reduced this over the years because we are back to back, and plus I became a mom a few years back, so my social life is very reduced these days. But I like to connect them over more relaxed environment, so they can also get to know each other and help and share experiences, which is very important. Also emotional support. This all I can think especially is when clients are going through family cases, divorces. If you are you show empathy, if you do care, if you do care and you show that you care, I think this is a plus. This is something that money cannot buy, that someone cares for your case. And how do you show that? You drop a line. Not you don't drop a line about how you're feeling. This is something I think for psychologists, but you care about the process they are going, and you ensure they are fine. You sometimes when they are going through divorce, they will reach out to tell you what they are going through at that moment. Having a little bit of time for them, I think, marks a big difference as well. Then, and last in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups that I organized, trust and integrity. For me, when I think about trust and integrity, I think about 2 things mainly. I think about conflicts of interest. I have to be very careful with this because I've been 15 years in the UAE, so and I have worked a little bit for the Spanish-speaking community, not only, but I have worked for Spanish-speaking women. So I always ask labor, I mean, in every single case, but especially labor and family matters, it's very important that you get a conflict check done in advance. And this, I have studied in the US, in New York, and they make a strong emphasis. So you may forget something about real estate in New York, perhaps, over the years. It's been 20 years already, but the conflicts of interest and the deontological obligations in a strong jurisdiction like New York, like the US, they stay with you forever. Yes. And then also one thing, conflicts of interest and also confidentiality. Clients want to ensure that their information they share with you is in good hands. And this is also highly emphasized under the US regulations and the UAE regulations. So they want to ensure. How can you, sometimes even it's a family or someone in the company that asks for updates, you need to ensure that the person, I always tell them one example, even when the parents of a kid, and I'm saying a 20-year-old kid that gets in trouble, pays for the fees of the son or the daughter, I won't be able to share the updates with the parents unless my client, who is the young kid, allows me to do that. So even to that level, yes. So, and this is for confidentiality of the client. So this is, and this is a very specific example from New York bar questions. Yes. So this is these are the 5 things I think that lawyers or professionals can apply when giving service to their clients and customers. If you're a student, I'm sure you can apply this as well to what you do. Yeah, be proactive. Ensure in class you can show your proactiveness in questions in class. You can show your strategic thinking in your exams. Yes, not only concentrating on the knowledge, but also making connections between the blocks of knowledge. You can be very transparent when you're a student. How can you be transparent when you're a student? Write things in a way that you show that you know. Summary of what you are going to tell them, your teachers or your class, if you are presenting something. Summary of what you're going to tell them, you tell them, and summary of what you have told them. Easy, and in a way that anyone will understand you. Then that's when we come to the personalized service. Stay aware of how your teacher is and what your teacher likes. So you will need to adjust if you want a good grade. Yes. So I really hope that this is of help to all of you. What money cannot buy, and if we take it forward, even to personal relationships, what can money not buy? Of course, you don't buy your personal relationships, but there is certain comfort on the life of certain lifestyles. But loyalty, true love, true connections, this is beyond, and that's why it's so important to people. Then also loyal friends that always tell you the truth in a nice way. Yes, money cannot buy, and the world needs more of what money cannot buy. So think, whatever you do in life, whatever, even how can I offer my friends, my family more value? Think of them. You go to the shop one day, and you buy a small thing that you know your husband likes, your wife likes, your kids like. Yes, small things. That's why it's so important, not buying the big present, but that thoughtful note. Yes, and that thought present. Give it a thought. I invite you to give it a thought. I hope I have made you think a little bit. If so, please do like my video. Please do subscribe to my channel to get to new information as soon as it is out. And you can also follow me on social media. Please shoot me questions that I can turn into general questions of help to as many of you as possible. Thank you very much.